against unbeaten light heavyweight champion Virgil Hill. For the story, let's go out to Caesar's Palace, Las Vegas.
Thomas Hearns became the first man in boxing to win 4 different titles, but he claims he still doesn't have his place in history. Thomas Hearns first won the WBA welterweight title with this crushing, devastating knockout against Pepino Cuevas. It was August of 1980. 4 years later, as a junior middleweight, Thomas Hearns knocked out Roberto Duran. When he hit Duran, he virtually ended Duran's career. But in 1991, Thomas Hearns has had to move up in weight class. Fighting as a light heavyweight at 175 pounds in February, Hearns knocked out Kemper Morton. Moving up in weight class has not been a decision of choice.
Basically, I moved up because I have to move up. I can't longer make the weight division anymore, which is the super middleweight division, 168 pounds. I outgrew that division. And light heavyweight division is the next best division for me, and I feel very confident in the light heavyweight division. In the division, I feel that I'm very strong, and I think that my quickness is there. I think that the power is much greater.
The boxer in the black and white trunks is Virgil Hill, undefeated at 30-0, WBA light heavyweight champion. Virgil Hill has the title, but Thomas Hearns has all the respect.
You know, I want to have what Thomas Hearns has and the Ray Leonards have and the Mike Tysons have and stuff. That's why we took this particular fight, because we're getting this opportunity, because I want to make it into that next level of boxing. It's not enough to be a world champion. The next level is that superstardom level, and I want what Thomas Hearns has. So it makes me a dangerous and hungry fighter.
This will be Virgil Hill's 11th title defense. 10 times before, he has been victorious. At the age of 27, 30-0, Virgil Hill says he's more than ready for the challenge of Thomas Hearns.
We've made this kind of a different thing for the people, to show them the business aspect of boxing and not so much the slanderous words and the taunting and stuff like that. Because we have mutual respect for each other, and it's just merely a business. But when we step inside that ring, I'm going to try and knock Tommy's head off.
In June of 1989, Thomas Hearns knocked down his longtime nemesis, Sugar Ray Leonard, twice. For his efforts, Hearns earned only a draw. He has had a yearning, a burning desire for a special place in history. Tomorrow night, he has a chance to earn that place.
I see a man across the ring, which would be Virgil Hill, that has something that Thomas Hearns definitely needs, and that's the light heavyweight title. To win this fight from Virgil Hill would definitely help Thomas Hearns a long way, would definitely put me...
Folly, because Dan Duva got the rights in a purse bid to the fight between Tyson and Holyfield. All he needs now is Tyson.
Yeah, the problem with that is he did win the IBF purse bid, $50.5 million. That's a big one. And he's already decided where he wants to hold that fight. He had a press conference today at Caesar's Palace saying he wants to hold it there in early October, early November. But yes, he has to negotiate with Mike Tyson and his promoter and manager, Don King, to get them to sign on a dotted line. And everyone knows Tyson is not happy with the 75-25 purse split that would be affected under that IBF ruling.
What's going to happen now? Do you suppose he's going to make that fight?
I think they'll make it. Whether they make it under those auspices, I don't know. They have to make it. It's the only way those two guys can make huge amounts of money. You can make money with George Foreman. That's the fight the public wants, and I really think ultimately that's the fight they'll get.
Are there any trainers left in America who are not working with Mike Tyson? He signs Panama Lewis now, and I have to say that really surprised me.
Well, if people remember, Panama Lewis was banned for life from boxing in New York, also in Nevada, we might add, in reciprocal agreement for his role in adding padding the glove, or taking padding out of the gloves when Louis Resto fought Billy Collins some years ago and seriously injuring Billy Collins. However, he was just reinstated by the Pennsylvania Commission and allowed to train here. And Mike Tyson wants Panama Lewis as his chief trainer now, but he will not be able to be in the corner if Tyson fights against Ruddock in Nevada.
So he's got Panama Lewis, he's got Jay Bright, he's got Richie Giacchetti, he's got Aaron Snow. Who's left?
Well, he's about 4 deep in wide receivers now, so we'll see.
The depth chart is getting deeper.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the boxing guide then. What's down the road and the immediate future in the sport of boxing? And first of all, the battle for the New York State featherweight title. Yes, sir. Kevin Kelly and Job Walters. That's Friday, June 14th in Flushing, New York. The Australian welterweight title is up for grabs in Melbourne, Australia. If you happen to be down there, Lester Ellis, and Attila Fogus, who will make my all-moniker team. That'll be on the 19th. Junior welterweights Ricky Myers and Donald Allison for us 1 week from tonight. Next Thursday night at Harris in Atlantic City, and also on that same card, Seamus McDonough and Jesse Shelby. McDonough now fighting back at a cruiserweight, and many people feel that's where he belongs.
Yeah, actually, as a cruiserweight, we remember him getting knocked out by Holyfield. As a cruiserweight, Seamus McDonough's a pretty good boxer.
Let's talk a little bit about an event that took place up at Canastota, New York. The Hall of Fame, and some pretty big names inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame.
This man, possibly the most legendary trainers of all time, Ray Arcel, inducted into that Hall of Fame. Roberto Duran, many countless champions he's worked with.
Yeah, truly one of my heroes. I have to tell you, I learned an awful lot about the sport from him. Here's another guy many people remember.
I grew up in the 50s watching him in those classic battles with Ray Robinson, and I grew up watching this man also, former heavyweight champ Floyd Patterson.
And, of course, also in attendance for this one amongst all those champions, another great champion, and a guy who I feel will get his just due at some point, and I speak of marvelous Marvin Hagler.
I certainly hope so. He's a man who deserves to be in any Hall of Fame, and you're right, he's a man that deserves all the credit he can get.
Don't think there's any question for it. One final note, Mark Gastineau was in action. His opponent wore a scuba tank, but he did knock him out in 26 seconds.